Good morning, everyone. I'm going to get a drink of my coffee. Look at this cute little mug I have. No. Oh, excuse me. Had to get a drink. So welcome to my kitchen. Kathie here. And I am going to make a play on our taffy apple dessert pie today, or pie, cookie, whatever we want to call it. Going to use our Hearthstone. Now, this is not available to purchase. This is only available to new consultants right now. You can start for our $19.80 kit. So if it's something you've ever thought about, you can start for less than $20. Where can you start a business for less than $20, right? But this is such a versatile pan, and our hosts last January had a chance to get this. So if you were one of those hosts that got this, this is such a cute pan to make anything in. So I'm going to make our toffee apple dessert pizza, but you got to start with the base. And our recipe calls for sugar cookie dough. Well, my husband loves peanut butter cookies, so I'm going to make homemade peanut butter cookie dough for my pan. I'm going to bake it in that. And then I'm going to do a play on the toppings. We're going to do cream cheese frosting with a little bit of peanut butter in it. And I'm going to slice some apples, put apples on it, and then drizzle with some more cream cheese icing that I'm going to melt and add a little bit of our toffee apple crisp syrup too. So stay tuned through the whole video. It's going to take me a couple of hours, but I'm going to try to piece the video together. So that is just one video. But I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to get started with our deluxe stand mixer. We're going to turn this on. And I know it's hard to see because there's some glares, but this comes up and you have 6 different features on here. You have knead, mix, beat, cream, and custom. And we're going to put it down to the, oh, it's because it's open. I was like, why isn't it turning? Once I close it, then I'll be able to switch it to what I am going to do. But I'm going to do mix first. So what we're going to mix first is a half a cup of softened butter. I use salted butter. I just like it better when I'm baking because a little bit of salt helps brings the sweetness out and when you're baking. Sometimes it calls for unsalted butter, but I prefer the salted butter. So I'm going to pop that in there. And half a cup of peanut butter. Now, this is the perfect way to measure peanut butter. This is our measure all cup. This is our mini measure all cup. And all you do is you put it up to where you want it. And then and I'm doing this kind of awkward because I'm wanting you to see the mixer. You just pop it out and use a scraper to just scrape that last piece off. And look at that. Perfect peanut butter measurements every single time. And we are going to, if I can get the rest of that peanut butter off there. And this is our beautiful anniversary spatula. So it is available right now. If you haven't gotten that, you can definitely get that. It's going to be while supplies last. So make sure that you get that before it is sold out. Okay, there's my notch. Gotta find my notch. So our mixer is super easy to use. It won't turn on while the handle is up. It does have a little clip back here that lets you pop it down. It also has a handle for carrying, which makes it super easy. It's very lightweight. We are going to turn this to mix. And we're just going to mix this up. I'm going to let it go at 2 minutes and 30. It's not going to take that long. But we want to get that all mixed up. The butter and the peanut butter. And then we're going to add a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of regular sugar, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of baking powder once that gets mixed up. Now, what I love about our deluxe stand mixer is I can set it and you think, oh, it's only going to go this speed. It's going to speed up on its own because I have it set for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's going to go for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's going to speed up, get everything mixed up. I can walk away, come back, and it's done. And it actually is mixed up pretty good. And you can see it's already starting to kick up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add my other ingredients to it. Brown sugar is another great way to measure in the mini measure-all cups. Just going to pop that in there. Perfect every single time. And then I have half a teaspoon of baking soda. And a half a teaspoon of baking powder. It goes out of the way, so I have some room here. I'm just going to let that mix. It's got about less than a minute left. And then I'm going to add I'm going to scrape it, just make sure that the sides are good. But I'm going to show you, I don't even have to do that. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a twist on it. So it calls for a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to use half a teaspoon of our double strength Madagascar bourbon vanilla, which is available right now and will be until February. And I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of our gourmet brown sugar. I love this when I'm baking. It adds that extra brown sugar flavoring that you just love in cookies. I had to find another half teaspoon. I forgot to get one out. Okay, we are just about done. It ends, it beeps, it tells you. So we're going to lift the handle up. And I'm just going to scrape off the beater real quick here. It's kind of awkward because I'm backwards. And I'm going to show you guys. I don't even have to scrape the sides. Look at that. But I'm going to go ahead and show you. Just scrape the sides. Don't really have to do it because there's nothing left. I'm just going to get this top spots here, some peanut butter that actually didn't make it into the bowl. Pop our bowl back on here. And I'm going to add my egg. And my half a teaspoon. Now the reason, now with our double Madagascar, you actually only have to add about half the strength because it is double strength. But because I'm adding the brown sugar, I went ahead and added a half a teaspoon of the vanilla because I just think that's, I'm just adding the half a teaspoon of brown sugar. Actually, I'm going to add a teaspoon of the brown sugar. So we're just going to add a little bit more. I just love the brown sugar. It's delicious on ham, bacon, but especially in my baking. And we're going to turn this back to mix. And we're just going to start mixing this up. And actually, I'm going to do custom on this one. And I'm just going to turn it on because I just want to get this all mixed up so I can start adding my flour. Now, normally you would only add the flour until it doesn't beat anymore because it does get a little stiff. But I'm going to show you with the deluxe stand mixer, I can add it all, let the mixer do all of the work, and I don't have to do any of the work. So we're going to turn that up one notch. When it's on custom, you can turn it up. You can change the speed. I just want to make sure that I get that egg and incorporate and the vanilla and brown sugar syrup incorporated into the peanut butter mixture. Okay, so I'm going to pause this. I'm actually going to turn it down to 1. And I'm just going to start. I have a 1 1/4 cup of flour. And I'm just going to start adding this in. I want you guys to watch. Do I have any poof? I just added that whole 1 1/4. No poof whatsoever because it's on the low speed. And it will start getting incorporated. And I'm going to turn it up a notch. Still no poof. and I don't have to do any of the work. I love that feature of this. I can set it, walk away, and not have to worry about it. I'm going to turn it up one more notch just to make sure it gets all of it mixed up. Going to let it mix about another 15-20 seconds, and then I'm going to put it into our heart-shaped stone. I have my oven set at 375, so it's a little bit of a higher temp than sugar cookies, and I'm going to bake it for about 8 to 12 minutes. So let's go ahead and start this. I'm just going to scrape off my goodness off of the beater. You don't want to leave that on the beater. I guess if you want to lick the beater, you can. And I love my cookie dough. And I'm just going to actually get a different, oh, you know what? It's in my drawer. I don't even need to go anywhere. I'm going to get my offset spatula. And look at that. It's all mixed up. You can see that there's nothing in the bottom there. So I'm just going to take this and get it into nice and clean. Set this off to the side a little bit. And then I'm just going to take my offset spatula and I'm just going to kind of just spread this out. You could do this with a rolling pin too if you wanted to, but cookie dough is pretty pliable when it's first made. And I don't have it, I'm not chilling it or anything. Just making sure it's getting all to the edges, and then I'll make sure it's all evened out here. Might be a little bit too much cookie dough for this pan because this is a little bit smaller than our normal pizza stone or our large round stone, but that's okay. Like I said, my husband loves peanut butter cookies and he likes soft peanut butter cookies, so this will be a little bit softer. And I'm just going to take my hands and I'm just going to kind of push this down, get rid of any ridges that I may have. Make sure that it's all I like to go around the edge and just make sure that there's no rough edges. And it's all about preference. I mean, if you're not worried about it, you don't have to do that. And I have my cookie ready to go in the oven. And I'm just going to go like this. Get rid of any of my fingerprints. And it doesn't really matter because I'm going to put icing and apples on top of it. So it really doesn't matter. But look at that. So in a matter of like 15 minutes, I have my cookie ready to go in the oven. Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a few hours and our peanut butter cookie is all done. Just before you decorate it, you want to take just to loosen it up on the edges so that it will come out when you cut it. I'm just taking our offset spatula and kind of just going around the edges a little bit. But you can see it's lifting a little bit, and that's what you want because when you cut it, you don't want it to stick to the bottom. Okay, so we've done that. Now we're going to decorate it. Now I'm doing a little bit of a twist on our Taffy Apple dessert pizza. Instead of mixing some cream cheese up, I'm going to actually use cream cheese icing. cheating a little bit. And I'm just going to icing, put a thin coat, make sure I don't have any crumbs in there. Thin coat just on top here. My husband loves cream cheese icing and peanut butter, and I thought this would be such a nice treat for him tonight when he comes home for supper or from work for supper. When he comes home from work, he comes home every night for supper, but when he comes home from work tonight, I thought this would be a nice treat, and I love this heart stone. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just kind of trying to get a good layer on there, leaving a little bit around the edges for the crust. Just a little bit more in the center and a good layer on there. Okay, now I am going to grab my flexible cutting mat, and we're going to take a couple of apples. We're going to start with one. Now this is not available anymore, but this is a core, and I'm just going to core the apple. So if you have this, got off center there. If you have this, you just push down and then twist and pop, and it brings out the core. We no longer have that, but that I just wanted to use it because I'm going to do slices with my rapid prep mandolin for my pizza. And you could use the apple wedger and then slice the apple wedges in, in half or a quarter. I'm actually just going to do it this way. I am going to cut this in half because I want my slices to be a little bit differently. So let me make sure I have it on the slice. Nope, I don't. So we want to turn it to slice, and I want about a 3. I want them pretty thin. I don't want them real thick. I didn't have that on all the way. Okay. So let's put this back on our rapid prep mandolin. Open it up so we can pop it out. I'll do this so you guys can see. Ooh, not on that. So you can see how it shoots out. I'm just going to put that in. I want it standing upright. I guess I could have left it alone. Is that how I want it? I'm trying to think how I want it. I think I want it like this. Okay. And again, they don't have to be perfect. We're just kind of wanting a little bit of slices on there. So if they're a little bit bigger, that's okay too. We want them so that we can lay them flat on the pizza. I'm going to move this out of the way so you guys can see. I'm going to bring my pizza back over here. See how many I actually need. So we got some bigger slices. So what I'm going to do with these bigger slices, I'm just going to use my paring knife, cut them in half. And we're just going to kind of line them up. And I let the skin on. I love the apple skin, and it kind of gives it a little bit of extra texture. And you can put them in any design that you want. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So we're just going to kind of put these on here. I may only need 1 apple because the other one, for full size one, it called for 2 apples, and this one is not quite the size of a whole pizza pan, so I might be able to do this with just 1 apple. again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. This is just, I'm kind of doing a different take on it because I wanted to do a peanut butter one. Oh, I'm going to have just enough with one. Look at that. Perfect. So I just have my apple slices just lying down there. No matter how you do it, it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to take one of these in pieces here and just kind of tuck this away if I've got any open spaces. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of our Corriente cinnamon and just sprinkle. Ooh, that's a little much, but I think it'll be okay once I do the drizzle. And then I am going to take our silicone bowls, and if you don't have these are wonderful. They come as a set of 3. They all have lids, so they are microwave, freezer safe. I'm going to take the large one, and I'm going to put the rest of our cream cheese icing in there. And I'm going to put let's just do a tablespoon of our toffee apple. You know what? Let's do 2 tablespoons. I'm just making this up as I go along. This is not something that is in the recipe books or anything. Now the toffee apple does have, the recipe does call for, you can use the toffee apple crisp. And I'm going to put, I don't know, about a 1/4 cup of peanut butter in here as well. And I'm going to stick this in the microwave for just a couple of seconds here, about 30. Move all this out of the way so you guys can see. But doesn't this look so pretty so far? And what we're going to do is I'm going to drizzle that. Oh, my rack fell on my microwave. Oh, that smells so good. I just wanted it melted enough where I could kind of drizzle it. Look at that. And the nice thing about these silicone bowls is that they do have a pour spout, and you can actually squeeze it so you don't get as much. And I think I'm going to put it in there for just a few more seconds because I really would like it a little bit thinner so that I can pour it over, drizzle it over the dessert pizza. And then I'm going to stick it in the fridge until we get home, until he gets home tonight. So for supper, we can have it. You could do anything really. You could do chips, like if you had a peanut butter chip or a white chocolate chip or something like that, or even chocolate chips. You could do that. But look at this. And I probably have too much, but that's okay because I have a lid that I can put on this and put it in the refrigerator. And I'm just going to take my spatula and kind of go over it a little bit. This is going to help with the apples too, so they don't get any air to them. That is so good. That is just sinfully good. Ooh, my apples are moving around on me. But look at that. And if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to spread it out. You could just drizzle it on there. If you just wanted to drizzle a little bit of caramel sauce on there, whatever you wanted to do. But we are going to have this tonight. And I hope you enjoyed the video today. Let me know what you think. And we'll see you soon in the parties. Happy cooking.